Hi there and welcome to Beauty Talk, and today I wanted to share with you this makeup tutorial inspired in the 90s makeup. So it's not going to be exactly as the 90s because we're not in the 90s anymore, but it's going to have a little bit, some little things that make it my own. So a little bit more of a modern 90s look. And for this look, I am heavily inspired in Cindy Crawford as well as some other people, but she was one of my favorite persons from the 90s, and she really inspires me, perhaps because we both have brown eyes and brown hair, and I feel really identified with her. So I want to share that with you. If you're interested in seeing how I achieved this 90s makeup look, please keep on watching. But first I want to ask you, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It really means a lot for me for you to join my slowly but growing community. I would love to have you. There's a lot of people who watch my videos. There's like 70% of people who watch my videos are not subscribed to my channel. It would really mean a lot to me if you would subscribe to my channel and also give me a like, leave me a comment letting me know who's your favorite person or character or actress or model from the 90s. Let me know, and let me know if you enjoyed this video. Even if it's just an emoji, please leave a little comment. I would really appreciate that, because all this, subscribing to my channel, leaving a comment, is really going to help push my channel forward so that more people can watch my videos. And also don't forget to follow me over on Instagram. I also share some beauty tips over there and a little bit of my personal life in case you want to get to know me a little more. And I think that's about it. All the links for the products are going to be down in the description box, so don't forget to check that out. Links and discounts, so don't forget to check that. All right, let's get started. My hair's a bit messy, but I think that's kind of the vibe for the 90s. I really like that messy hairstyle that we can see on Cindy Crawford, especially on that Pepsi commercial, so famous. I really loved her hair there, and I kind of want to replicate that, but I think I need to move it out of my face so that I can do the makeup. And I'm just gonna put a little clip here, and that will help me be able to do my makeup. So I've already done my eyebrows just to not take such a long time in this video, and I'll quickly show you which are the products that I used. And the first product that I used was this pencil. So this is the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil in the color Cool Brown. And I used a little bit of the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen in the color Ash Brown. And I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel to set them in place. So those are the products I used, and just to remind you, all the products will be listed down below. I'm going to try and create like one link where you can find everything that I've used so that it's easy, so that also it's easy to see everything visually. I think it's very helpful. I'm going to try and do that. Right, but I want to start with my eyes now, and for that I'm going to prep my eyelids using my concealer from YSL. This is the All Hours Angled Concealer. And it's really good. I love this concealer. I think it's my favorite from 2023. I think it's just, I like how it works on me. It doesn't collect in the wrinkles. It doesn't make my under eye look dry and patchy, and it lasts all day. That's why I really like it. And on the lid, of course, it works really well to kind of prime the eyelid, prepare it for the eyeshadow so that it stays in place, and so that the eyeshadow applies a lot better as well and stays put all day. And now I'm going to set that in place with my Chanel powder. This is the Natural Finish Loose Powder. I'm just going to use a somewhat fluffy eye brush just to place it and set that concealer all the way even under the brow bone. And now we're ready to start our eyeshadow, and I'm going to be using this palette from Vive, which is working well for this video because it's the 90s palette, and it's such a beautiful palette. It came out, I can't remember if it came out in 2023 or 2022, I can't remember, but I was so happy when I got it, and I think it's an absolutely beautiful palette that is not only just for 90s inspired makeup, but for classic makeups, for everyday looks. This is such a gorgeous palette, and it's huge, as you can see. And yeah, we're going to be using this palette today. This is from Jamie Genevieve's makeup brand, and she's a Scottish makeup artist, in case you don't know who she is. And she's has a nice makeup brand that has so many nice products that I really want to try more of. I only have tried a few. Anyway, let's dive into this palette. For the 90s, I think it was a lot of like grays, and it had like a lot of like really light colors, but also sometimes you could see a little bit of smokiness around the eyeline. Let's see how I can play with this. I'm gonna take a little bit of, I'm gonna build it. So I'm gonna start with this color Phase, which I love this color. It's like a taupey, very light taupey color. It's perfect for the crease. And if you've seen my makeup tutorials before, I really like to kind of emphasize my crease because I don't really have a very deep crease, and I like to just emphasize that to add a little bit of depth to the eyes. I think that just makes things look really nice. So just like that, where my crease is, just building that color there, and I'm pulling it outwards. Take a smaller brush so that it's more precise for a more precise application, and I'm going to dip into this color called Low Rise, which is a nice grayish, almost like with a purpley undertone, so that I can further enhance the crease. And I'm just going to nestle it in my crease, sort of like in between the socket and the bone, just below that first eyeshadow that I applied. It's going to go back and forth, sort of like hugging the eyeball into it again. Just do the same thing. Just want to enhance, create some depth in the eyes. Hardly ever use this gray color, which is called WHTVR. Maybe I'm going to take a little bit of that and just to mix it with those colors in the crease. I'm really liking how this is looking. I like these colors. So the 90s is very reminiscent of very matte makeup, so not so much shimmers. I'm not sure if I'm gonna add shimmers, but I'm gonna definitely adjust this makeup to more of my style and maybe a more of a modern take on the 90s makeup. So I'm just, you know, here in the corner, just nestle, and then I also bring it out. Make sure I'm bringing everything outwards to elongate the eye. Although this wasn't much of a trend, I think, in the 90s to elongate the eye. It was more like rounded eyes. I feel more rounded, more like smudgy, and a lot of gray. I'm gonna take the first brush that I used one more time, and I'm just gonna run it softly just to soften the edges top of this makeup, and so that everything is blended seamlessly. I'm going to take the lightest shade from the palette, which is this one. It's called Skimp. Really like this eyeshadow for preparing the eyelids, but also now just to kind of like emphasize the mobile lid. This is a color that they would use a lot, like these lighter colors usually on the mobile lid in the 90s. I'm going to bring it also all the way into the inner corner. I'm just going to pat that. It almost creates like a little bit of a cut crease. I love using shimmers, but I'm enjoying this whole matte look. Let's see. Let's see, maybe at the end I might decide if I add a little shimmer or not. I'm just taking this small brush that I use just to kind of remove a little bit of that excess color in that lighter color mixed a little bit with the corners. I just don't want it to get mixed up there. So now I'm going to take my black pencil liner. This one is from Charlotte Tilbury. It's her Rock and Coal eyeliners, and this one is in the color Bedroom Black. I've used it a lot, as you can see. Definitely need to buy a new one. I'm thinking of buying the ones from Victoria Beckham. I see and I hear a lot of makeup artists referring to them, and I am so intrigued. So I have seen different kinds of 90s looks where you have just the top liner and some where you just have the bottom liner. I don't know which one to do. I usually prefer top liner, which you often see me do, and I don't do so much in the bottom. Let's see, maybe I can do both and see how that goes. But I'm going to start with the top. I'm going to do a little bit of a tight lining So just run it through my waterline, my upper waterline. We're going to transfer a little bit to the bottom lash anyway. Maybe I will just have to also do it there. Do a little bit of a smoky eye close to my inner waterline. And now I'm going to do the upper eyeliner just on the eyelid. So I'm just going to go really close to my eyelashes in the center. I like it to be very tapered towards the waterline, and then kind of like a little bit thicker towards the outer side. So although it's a 90s makeup look, I still want it to reflect my style, where I have more of a lifted cat eye. I'm trying not to make such a big wing, so I'm gonna look straight into my mirror and I'm starting to do my tiny wing. Okay. Not so much of a wing in the 90s. Just going over like that. And then if I make a mistake, it's fine because I haven't done my base. I can clean it up. I'll probably sharpen that better afterwards. But this is the liner so far. I'm just gonna take this MAC eyeshadow. It's a single MAC eyeshadow in black, and the color is called Carbon. And I'm gonna use this to set this eyeliner in place, also to smudge it in the upper line so it's not such a sharp line. So first I'm going to set it, tap it towards the eyelashes. And now I'm just starting to just gently smoke out the borders of the eyeshadow. Just gently with the same brush, smoke it a little bit. Soften the borders or the edges of the eyeliner. I needed to do one eye at a time, but I think you can see the difference where here it looks a lot more softer than on this side. So this is what I want. Okay, so far this is how it's looking. I think I'm going to move on with the base, and then we will come back and assess the eyes and see what else we should do to make this look to complete this 90s makeup inspired look. So for the base, I just wanted to quickly point out, sorry, I'm in your face. For the face, I just wanted to point out, I forgot to do that before, that I have already done my skincare, and I've done that a few hours ago. So my skin is, it's in need of a little extra moisture. However, the last step I did was to apply my sunscreen because I'm working in front of a window. It's really important for me. And I wanted to point out this one. This one is from Heimish. It's a Korean brand, and it's called the Artless Glow Base with SPF 50 with the 3 pluses. This is really nice because it is not only a sunscreen, but it works really well as a makeup primer. Of course, because I've had it for such a long time, I'm still going to apply something else now, but you can see that my face looks really shiny right now, and it's this has like this pearl effect, but it's very subtle, so it's really, really nice for under makeup. You will find it listed down below, and I'll also give you the link for Yes Style, where you can also subscribe to become an influencer, and you will receive a product every month if you wish to subscribe to the influencer program from Yes Style. Like I said, I'm gonna use some other things to prepare my skin because it's been a few hours, and it does feel a little tacky though, because I also did a sheet mask on Saturdays before filming. I like to do my whole pampering session, and I still want to apply a little extra something because this makeup is supposed to be very matte, but I think that you really need to make sure that your face is nice and hydrated so that the makeup grips on well, and especially because it's going to be matte, so that it doesn't look cakey, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm going to start with the eyes, and I have been really loving this product that I got from Bobbi Brown. It's nothing new, but I love this thing. So this is supposed to be a primer for the eyes, but also like a moisturizer for the eyes. And I really like it. I like using it especially before applying my base or my concealer. So this is called the Vitamin Enriched Eye Base from Bobbi Brown. And it's a really thick cream. So if you don't really like thick creams, don't go for this. I think they have something lighter for perhaps people with more oily skin. So I'm just gonna take a little Q-tip. I'm gonna take a little bit and place it under my eyes just to rehydrate, moisturize that area. I love doing this because, especially now that we are in the winter, I get very dehydrated under eyes, and I feel that this product from Bobbi Brown is a game changer. It really helps so that the concealer goes on really nice, seamlessly, and so that this area doesn't look dry and cracked. So I really like it because of that. The only problem is that it may interfere with your mascara, and you may get, like, if you use mascara on your bottom lashes, it may interfere with that, and you'll get like some little migration. I don't usually wear mascara there, so that's not a big problem for me. So I'm just taking what's left in my hand, and with what's left in the Q-tip, I'm just going to correct my wing liner. This is the easiest way to get a perfect wing liner. See? For the face, you can also use the Bobbi Brown and vitamin enriched base. So it's the same principle. It is a moisturizer that you can use both as a moisturizer but also as a primer. And I really like it. It's very thick, so it's definitely for people who have like drier skin, or even normal to dry skin. I think would enjoy this. My skin, I don't know, I think my skin, I always said that my skin is a bit oily or combination, but I think especially in the winter I enjoy a little bit more of these emollient products, and I just like how this moisturizer is so nice, and how it helps the makeup just glide on, and it just looks a lot more natural, more like skin-like when you use this product. So I really enjoy it because of that. For foundation, I'm going to use the YSL All Hours foundation. It's a really nice one, and it has a soft matte luminous finish. Soft matte, no, it has a matte luminous finish. That's what I'm supposed to say. That's what it says. And I'm just giving a little shake, because you're supposed to shake it. And I'm going to pump a little bit the back of my hand, just a little bit, and I'm going to use a brush to apply it. By the way, all of the brushes that I have are either from Zoeva or Iconic London. I do need to get some new brushes, especially I want to get some more smaller brushes for detail work, and I'm hoping I can do that soon. Probably from a different brand, of course. So yeah, I'm just blending this in my skin. I apply first with like some tapping motions, and then towards the outer perimeters of my face, I will buff it a little bit more. But in the middle, I do more like stippling motions, because I want to maintain the coverage in the middle or center of my face. This foundation is really nice because it sets, so you don't really need to use much powder with it, although I will probably be using more powder, just because in the 90s that's what the looks were like. They were very matte, a lot of powder back in that time. They're a lot flat if you wish. They're very flat and matte, but obviously we're gonna spice it up, because I don't want it to be too flat either. Okay, so this is how the foundation is looking. I'm going to use my concealer. I'm going to go in again with the YSL All Hours Angled Concealer, and I'm going to apply just a little bit here where I need it. And my foundation color is LN4, and the same is the concealer. The concealer is exactly the same color, and that works really well for me. It's just a lot more lighter, I feel, than the foundation itself. So I'm just applying a little bit here just for some extra coverage, and to just like disguise a little bit of the redness. I'm going to take my sponge, and I'm just going to pounce it, I don't know what's the right word, just so that it integrates seamlessly with the skin. So although there was a lot of makeup in the 90s, I don't want my face to look very makeupy. Okay, and I take the little pointy part of the sponge, and I'm going to blend that in, going all over to ensure that, just like pressing everything into the skin and taking any excess of the product. So obviously highlighter was not very fashionable in the 90s, but I am gonna make it my own, and I'm going to apply a little bit of highlighter. I'm going to do that now in this before I powder everything, so that it can kind of like you know, shine through. And I'm going to use the one from Iconic London. This is the Illuminator drops. These are like so old-fashioned, but I still have them and I want to try and finish them. And I think it's still a great product. I really like it. So I took a little bit in the back of my hand, just a little drop, and now I'm just gonna pounce it here, apply it with my finger so that it meshes really well with my skin, and hopefully that glow is gonna peek through without being obvious that I have highlighter, or you know, just gonna look really nice. Not much highlighters, especially here, but I'm still gonna apply a little bit because I'm gonna powder this area. It might cover a little bit of that glow, but still want to apply just a tad bit. So now I'm ready to go in with my powder again. So again, this is the Chanel Natural Loose Finish powder, and I'm gonna take it with my brush first. I'm gonna see that it hasn't creased my concealer. I think it hasn't. And I'm just gonna set under my eyes, set everything basically. And I'm first gonna set my center of my face with this brush. I have some redness that I couldn't completely cover, but I'm not gonna bother too much about that. I'm gonna take my little sponge applicator. I'm gonna pick up some of the product and make sure that it's well pressed into this, what do you call this, sponge. And I'm gonna press it all over, and you can see that even though I've pressed it here, you still see a little bit of that glow coming through. That's exactly what I wanted. There isn't so much cream bronzers in the 90s. Obviously, I'm not going to do everything exactly as the 90s, but still want to stay more or less in that era. And I'm going to use a bronzing powder instead of a bronzing cream, which is usually my preference. I'm going to use my Guerlain, my terracotta, which is called the bronzer, and it's in the color 03 medium warm. I'm just going to take a little bit of the product, and I'm going to start applying it where I regularly apply my bronzer, just to warm up the face, and also a little bit on my forehead, just to sculpt the face a little bit with the bronzer. A little bit towards my ears, a little bit towards the jawline, a little bit here. Really like this product. The only issue that I'm having is that it gets like this film, which is not great, but the product itself is very nice. Equally, blush wasn't very fashionable, or at least it wasn't very heavy, the blush, when in the 90s, but we did have lots of bronzer. I feel like we had lots of bronzer, but we didn't have that much blush. But I'm going to use a little bit of blush, and I'm going to use this one from Chanel, which is powder blush in the color 82 Reflex. And this is just a beautiful sort of orangey color, which I think is perfect for this time. I'm gonna take it with my brush. This is very soft, these blushes from Chanel. So you can really like try and build them up, but they will never be like too strong or intense. So it's really good if you particularly are very heavy-handed. I like how it smells so good. And I think this is a perfect color to go with this 90s makeup look. I'm gonna apply a little bit here. Let it kind of like mix with the blush, with the bronzer. Shouldn't put any more, otherwise we're almost like no longer in the 90s, but I just love blush. It's gonna probably fade a little bit by the end. So I think we're ready to go on again with the eyes. And I'm gonna pick up my palette, my Vive the 90s palette again. And let me see, I kind of like not having the black in my eye waterline, but I don't know, maybe I should still do that. Apply a little bit in the waterline, do like a little bit of a smoky eye. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put some in my waterline. I'm in the waterline, and I'm gonna put some also outside, sort of like a little bit of a smoky line. Take this flat angle brush, and I'm gonna dip into the shadow Low Rise, this one. I'm gonna slightly just, first I'm gonna try and set that pencil, just like applying, like just tapping it. And then I'm going to sort of smudge it out a little bit. I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush and I'm just gonna run it underneath just to further soften the edges of the eyeliner. So in the 90s there wasn't too much of a sparkle or shimmer in the eyes, but I am making this look, you know, 90s inspired. I'm gonna take it as my own, and I'm gonna add a tiny little bit of sparkle in the inner corner. I'm gonna take this color, which is Dial Up. It's a very nice shimmer, and I'm gonna put it just in the inner corner to open up my eyes a little bit more. I think that looks really nice. It gives it a little touch of something, because everything was really matte in the 90s. So this gives it a little touch of something special, and it makes it more modern. So now I'm gonna curl my eyelashes, and I'm gonna use my Shiseido eyelash curler. If you can't find the color gold, it's because this was a special edition, that their regular eyelash curler is in another color. It's in gray, and it's a really good one. So I like to give them few little squeezes without pulling them out, of course. Before I move on with my mascara, I'm going to set my makeup in place, and I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. I will see if I will need an extra powder later, but I think this should be fine. And now for my mascara, I'm going to be using this one. This one is from Chanel. I think it's called Les Inimitables. Let me see, what is it called? Inimitable mascara, and this is a waterproof version. My favorite from Chanel is Le Volume de Chanel, but this one is not too bad. This one's not too bad, really. So after curling my eyelashes, you can see, and now I'm going to apply a coat of this mascara. I like to take my time with mascara to really get in there and coat each lash, and also like push them up. I take what's left on the wand, and I'm going to apply a little bit at the base of my bottom lashes. Okay, we are getting closer, and let's finalize this look. I'm just going to put my hair down, and let's put on some lipstick. And for my lipstick, first I'm going to start with the lip liner. This is the lip liner from NYX, and it's just called Lip Pencil, and in the color Nude Truffle. So the 90s are very characterized by very brown, nude lipsticks, I think. And this is what I feel, right? Because I could be perceiving the 90s completely wrong. I did a little research before doing the video, and this is what I saw. So I'm going to line my lips with this lip pencil. And I usually follow my natural line in the bottom lip, like so. And then on the top, I like to go out a little bit in the center. I think in the 90s, there's definitely some overlining in the lips. I feel that, yeah, that was already a trend then. So I overline a little bit in the Cupid's bow. That is what's going to kind of lift my lip, make it look a little bit more voluptuous. And then I follow the natural line of my lips. And for lipstick, I'm going to use this lipstick from Chanel. It's from the Rouge Allure Velvet collection in the color 60 Intemporal. Love these lipsticks. I mean, look how beautiful these Chanel packagings are. And this is a beautiful matte color, perfect for this look. I'm just gonna, look at that. It's a beautiful, I think more like a neutral nude, not so warm, which I think is perfect. And it pairs really well with this lip liner. That's beautiful. I love this. I'm really liking this look. I feel a little bit edgy, little 90s. And yeah, certainly everything was very matte. I still think there's a little bit of gloss, and I'm going to apply a little bit of gloss on my lips because I love a gloss. I'm going to use this one from Vive, which is the Lip Dew. It's almost finished. I need to get a new one. It's a really big product. And just going to apply a little bit just to make my lips a little bit more juicy. So let me fix my hair. My hair looks really messy, but I think it's part of the look. messy hair. So yeah, this is the final makeup look inspired in the 90s makeup, and I am really liking it. I'm liking how it turned out. I love that it's like, it's not too perfect, it's a bit matte. For my liking, I usually like using shimmers, but I still feel there's something so cool about it. And I don't know, I really like that little bit of that edgy time, that, you know, the 90s, that it was really nice. I really like this. I like this look, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. So like I said, this makeup, the 90s inspiration makeup, for me is inspired in Cindy Crawford. I love Cindy Crawford. She's one of my favorite models, but not only my favorite model, but also one of my favorite characters from that era, because she was just so pretty, but in this way that she was almost like naive. She didn't know how beautiful she was, and that just transcended and made her look even more beautiful. And that's what I really loved about her. Let me know which is your favorite 90s model or actor, that person that you really enjoyed their style. Let me know who it is. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you stayed all the way till the end, I really want to thank you for keeping me company, and I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.